Hello everybody, I'm Alexandros Xristopoulos from Velo.city, and we're preparing a venture that we hope will disrupt cycling. I'm a cyclist, and on the road I've faced many problems. Ooh, my presenter notes are not refreshing, sorry about that. Okay, what is supposed to be fun is usually a pain. We're not safe on the road. 60% of the accidents that happen are because of vehicles not paying attention to cyclists. What is important here is that sticking out your arm is not doable anymore. The next problem we have is communication. There's no way for the drivers to perceive, excuse me, but I really need to have my notes. Sorry about that. I think this whole thing is frozen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What you need is to come down with this.
Yeah. Okay, here I am. There I am. Okay. Sorry, let me go again. All right, the biggest of all here is safety. No response? Okay. The biggest of all. No technical problems?
Here we go.
Yeah, there we go.
I forgot that.
No? Sorry about that. We'll pick it up eventually. All right, there I am. Okay. Okay, the biggest of all here is safety. I can't begin to count the times that, I've swerved my bike as a taxi was just about to hit me. Or a near miss from another car. So I was saying 60% of accidents between bicyclists and motorists are because they don't perceive us on the road. Sticking out your arm, as I said, doesn't work anymore. How many times have we tried to stop to have a look at the map to see where we're going, or to take out the phone and look at a message, or to pick up a call? We have no way to interact with technology today because both our hands and our eyes are locked on the road. Looking for a bike shop when you have a flat tire or a busted chain is also pain. You have to go through 4 or 5 websites on your mobile phone, it's difficult, and then you don't get the information you need. These are worthwhile problems to solve, but are there enough of us to make a difference? There's over 300 million cyclists with smartphones in the world. Europe boasts 19 million. The US boasts 21 million. There are significant communities in Australia and Japan, and China boasts a whopping 200 million users. Our initial addressable market is 60 million users without China, and our Android users are 48 million cyclists. If these guys buy an app for €3, then we're talking about a market of 144 million euros. Informing each other and getting from A to B is important, but most of the times we need to meet our friends along the way without the hassle of calling everybody back and forth and trying to guess where everyone is. That's what Bike Together does. Yeah? Okay. Right. On the bike, we need to be seen. We also need a way to navigate without taking our hands off the screen. And that's what Pathlight does. It's active turn signaling, it's a smart jacket with active turn signals, and a haptic feedback GPS interface that connects to our smartphone and exchanges data with the world that it senses. The wearables market, from a Business Insider survey, is projected to ship 40 million units in 2014, and it's going to rise to 200 million units shipped by 2018. This is for the rest of the wearables market, excluding fitness bands and smartwatches. If we calculate an average product value of €200, then we're talking about a 40 billion euro market. But what is our proposition? Our core features are unique, each in its own way. Those competitors, however, that offer features like we do, have some points that they're lacking. They don't provide location sharing in real time. And also, They don't provide bike shop-specific information in points of interests. But no one can claim to have a sustainable competitive advantage nowadays. We need to be moving forward. So we will protect our venture through the use of proprietary protocols, holding the communication bottlenecks. We will definitely file for patents to prevent our designs, and in the future we aim to build a unique ecosystem of collaborations with other companies of the sector to enhance the inherent synergy of our network. These connections will be with crash sensors, airbags, smart locks from other companies, and performance metric sensors. Up to now, we have both products at the alpha stage. For Bike Together, we are finalizing the tech stack and are performing field tests. For Pathlight, we have built the first feature, active signaling, are currently building the GPS interface, and are at our second design iteration. This was the slide you saw before. We estimate 9 months to revenue, from 9 months to activating our first revenue stream, while the whole venture is halfway from proof of concept to prototype. You can check out our proof of concept video on YouTube. We mean to integrate with mainstream social networks. Our app shows the map front and center because it's the most important information. The most active area of our jacket is the lower arm, where most of the technology is placed, while on the shoulders are our active turn signals. Our team is uniquely poised to handle execution of the venture. Kostadinos, our tech lead, has extensive development experience and hands-on embedded systems knowledge. He also has served as a development team leader. Trifon, our hardware expert, has also developed embedded systems, is a skilled network engineer, and has done extensive web development. Venedictus, our designer, has functioned as a lead designer for fashion brands, staged multiple runway shows, and managed operations for fashion collections. And finally, I attempt to push the venture forward by consolidating team capabilities, product ideation, and supplying a complete business skill set. We will still require talent to move forward, so we will invest heavily in UI/UX, industrial design. We have already began a collaboration with a known industrial design firm in Greece. And also we will be extending the development team to cover all mobile platforms and solidify our position. That will allow us to activate all our revenue streams. The first one is in-app purchases, accessing multiple user profiles such as sports, touring, mountain bike, commuter, among others. The second is subscriptions for bike shops, for the service of providing high-quality leads to market their products and their offerings. And the third is licensing revenue that will come from providing the technology to a cycling apparel manufacturer that has stakes in the sector. We have projected our financials for the next 3 years in detail, and we expect Velo.city to break even in Q4 of year 3. To realize these projections, we will need support. During our first 2 years, we will complete the app, take our offering to 3 European cities, such as Athens, London, and Amsterdam, make the jacket ready for market, and extend to all major platforms. For years 3 and 4, we will expand to major global markets, break even as we mentioned, and try to realize new products currently on our drawing board, such as new wearables, new in-app purchases, and perhaps expand to another activity. The major 2-year milestone will require 500K in financing. Thank you for your time.
Questions?
Questions, please. Yeah.
I needed to understand, to hear more about the proof of concept and what exactly the problem solved is here. Maybe you can tell us a bit more.
Of course. We have We have gathered data from consumers, and these are cyclists of all profiles. We've done in-depth interviews with about 10 cyclists from various ages and levels of activity, shall we call it, and then we use that data to perform a survey. It's not a extended market survey of thousands of people, but of the 200 replies that we've got, we validated basic assumptions such as that cyclists do not feel safe on the road is one, a very core one. The other one is that they cycle together with others and they need to find ways to communicate between them, because right now they're using their hands or they're using their voices, which in the urban environment is starting to be overwhelmed by the background noise, so to speak. Yeah.
How can you help them with those two issues, with the safety first?
Yeah, with the safety first is that right now bikers are what we call a slang as Christmas trees. What they do on the road is they wear lights everywhere. But these lights are not active lights. Cyclists do not behave like vehicles. They have their own code. We need to bring them closer to cars. So that's why we're using the active turn signals in order to make motorists accept them in their community, so to speak.
Sorry, maybe I'm tiring, but I still cannot understand exactly what you do to cyclists with this product.
All right, so the turn signals, you can control them from your hands, okay? Yeah, and you can go left or either right, or you can use both hands to stop, all right? And then you have a haptic feedback GPS interface so that you can get your stimuli from the navigation of your phone in your pocket, okay? You get it on your hands without taking your eyes off the road, without taking your hands off the handlebar. So this is what our wearable does. Our application tries to solve problems of communication between cyclists. So they form groups in order to share their location, and they also can send notifications to one another in order to inform them when something is wrong, in a nutshell. But there's more to it.
One quick question. So actually you're designing two completely or very different things. One, the wearable jacket, which right now it's very clear after you explained to us. And the second is, I guess, an application where you show on a map where your friends are. For the application, you will need per city to map all the points of interest so that you can offer something to the cyclists. Whereas for the wearable, it's generally a huge market and, you know, it's completely different.
Well, our focus here is the synergy that these two products provide. So their combination creates a unique new offering.
If I understand correctly, the synergy is that the GPS signals will be transmitted on the wearable on the sleeves somehow.
It gets a little bit more technical than that, because there's also feelings of context. So if we have multiple people, then the interactions between them get more dynamic. So what kind of data you have will relate to how the jacket will respond depending on what the role of the cyclist in the group is. So it's kind of dynamic, but let's not go into that.
Right.
What happens is the application is the control of the jacket. Let's say, think it simply, okay? So in order for us to use an application which is just a remote control, we give it a little bit more value, helping riders have all the relative information that they want for their activity on hand.
All right.
So I'm trying to simplify it for you, yeah.
Let me ask you a geeky question. What is the interface between the jacket and your cell phone?
It's Bluetooth Low Energy, Bluetooth 4. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Any more questions? Great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Nicely
much.
done.